You know it's time to start. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the ALTTPR League. Tonight we've got another match of Week 6 here in the Open League of the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 6 here. We've got ourselves Week 6 Cross Keys. We've got armlx of the Team Crystal Roller crew versus Derthys of the Jacuzzi's gamers here, the Turtle Rock Division. I'm Star, and Deep Fried will be joining me on commentary here once he gets home from work. Got stuck in traffic, I believe, a little bit. Until then, you've got me for the next little bit. Everyone in chat there, stay sexy. We have ourselves Cross Keys. So, for those who are familiar with this mode, this is the cross part of Cross Keys refers to Cross-World Entrance Randomizer. All the entrances are shuffled. All the houses, all the dungeons, got the drop-down shuffled. Pretty much everything almost anything can be anywhere, and you can also, and since this is Crossroad Entrance specifically, you can take a connector cave, such as Paradox Cave, or you can take the, you might be able to pass through desert, for instance, and end up going between the Dark World and the Light World. So you may not necessarily need to take a portal for Dark World access. And then the keys part of Cross Keys refers to key sanity. The maps, compasses, small keys, and big keys are anywhere in the game. As we are off, we are seeing an immediate play to the Witch Hut here for armlx. Having some tech issues on the restream side. Witch Hut entrance providing us with $300 for armlx. What's up with Derthys' side? You can see armlx's feed, and I can there we go. And we have a start here towards Hyrule Castle for Derthys. We presumably missed the Uncle drop down. Hyrule Castle main entrance is library with a bug on it. Sorry, Pichu, but we're not getting your favorite item today. The Useless Fairy drop down. Okay, so we're going to see the Useless Fairy is the well, so we're going to need to check that. And extra now going to get the drop down for Derthys in the Uncle entrance. Small key to Skullwoods in the well. We've got Mitts. Or not Mitts, Gloves, small key to Thieves, and some bombs is perfect for checking the final chest here. Laptopod, Heart Piece, and if someone in chat can light me what the first item in the back of Escape was, because that was Sanctuary at the Uncle, that would be helpful. And no worries, Mr. Angry Pants RV Streamer. Thank you for getting that sorted. Where did Derthys get an Ice Rod? I realize that they have one, but he has one, but I don't know. Oh, Ice Rod was in the first chest at Back of Escape. Thank you, Seclete. The Back of Escape entrance for armlx is Brain Fart here. As Derthys finding something here, and we are now joined by Deep Fried. Hey, Deep Fried, welcome in.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, traffic was a bear today. Looks like I haven't missed too much. All I thought was something about the well at Useless Fairy.
Yep, I just pigged you in a text channel so you can see my notes on where stuff has been so far. Meyer shed for Derthys. I failed at identifying the Sank drop down because brain farts that we have a bug net there in the library we don't need to worry about, and yeah. Nope. Thanks to Uncle today is where that is.
Well, that's probably the least convenient place for Sank to be Cross Keys. Well, second least as far as
it's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah,
Smith's here at just south of Eastern today.
That's not a pleasant spot for them either, so it looks like...
No, kind of out of the way, as there's the ice truck for armlx.
Both our runners looking to avoid CAC early and going and trying to check out other things. Oh, one rupee short from being able to buy bombs.
That's things for Derthys. armlx did the play to Witch Hut for a hula for the early play over to Witch Hut for his opener, which got him $300 and the Useless Fairy entrance, which was well. And Derthys just started immediately with the Link's House to Hyrule Castle check, which produced Zank, which, you know, thanks game. Yeah. Is basically our start here. We'd had a minor bit of tech issues, so I did kind of miss the first minute. Got a Quarreling Brothers House connector here for Derthys, and the boot for armlx.
Boots, that's not something Derthys is gonna miss for long, but maybe not. That's, oh boy.
That's a DM connector for Derthys, as we see Hyrule Castle right side at the race game, right? Useless entrance for Derthys. I did not catch Skidum on race game, and that's a small key on Spec Rock.
I hate being up here. No protection and half a heart.
That's Swamp Palace.
Oh, should have laid a bomb and killed yourself. Get your health back and being able to warp.
Got a sword in the front of Thieves Town on the other side. This is what, library entrance?
Mm-hmm. Okay, looks like most likely our old man connector at Dark Death Mountain Escape, excuse me.
Yeah, I was going to say we're running a little low on where that could be. Mimic Cave is going to have to be returned to later. 20 more money for armlx. We do have a Thief Hound small key, but no big key, so we're not going to the back. And Herpes.
Always love finding that small key before finding the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's why you kill yourself in swamp, because dead rocks are unforgiving.
Yeah, that's a painful death for Derthys. Okay, yeah, that was library entrance for armlx. Heading back to Hyrule Castle here. And yes. Derthys is going to head over to CAC as well.
Yeah, especially having a sword now, it's going to make getting the back of escape here, or not back of escape, but your Dark Cross plus your front of escape checks so much faster. And
yeah, for sure.
Awesome, Derthys going for what's going to be their boots and sword as well.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much a typical replay, especially because this is kind of one of the more efficient ways of getting to CAC when their psych is at Uncle. This way they can get the entrances south of CAC, check what race game is, and then loop into CAC Rico, which is a ton of stuff in Cross Keys. Small key to Skullwoods. That is small key 2, not particularly helpful. First one is in the well for contact. We don't particularly need that.
Nice to have. Will speed you up a little bit, but not needing to kill the last Gibdo. But yeah, for the most part, that's just a luxury beyond the first one.
Yeah.
And we know in this version of the ROM that with this version of Cross Keys, the third Skullwood small key will be in Pinballer. So that means Moth will be in Logic with just finding the fire rod and the back of Skull.
Yep, since we already have a sword for both for armlx and Derthys now, having just picked that up on his side as well. I apparently have 2 Meyer small keys. I've been trying to take notes on where stuff is, but I don't have an entrance tracker if you want to get that going, but
I can get that up and going. 100%.
I'm terrible at running ER trackers for ALTTPR. It's better if I don't try, is what I've learned. I don't know where we've gotten Meyer smalls. I don't seem to, although there's been 2 marked for armlx. King Berta there is technically at a logic behind a Hyrule Castle small key, wherever that's at. Derthys save warp, or death warping, not save warping. Wrong game! Misclick on the Meyer keys. Gotcha. Thank you, Normal, for the clarification. Our tracker. Yeah, it's like, where did we get that from? Kind of sanity check kind of things. We're gonna see Derthys skip Hyrule Castle for now. Is gonna check the magic bat drop down, which I'm very much brain farting on the ID on. Oops. And that's the top side of Paradox here in Smiths.
Yes, it is.
Which one was the bat drop down? It's not. I'm having a brain hard on it today. Been a bit since I last seen cross keys.
Not gonna lie, I blinked and missed it, so I am not 100% which one that was, because I was looking at armlx's side, finding a connector over towards...
That's Dark Bumper Ledge at Hyrule Castle, Maine.
Yep.
Paradox has got a powder and a cape.
And archery game. Hyrule Castle left. Where was Hyrule Castle right?
Race game right.
Oh,
that's
boy.
just a Dark World equivalent.
That's, yeah, well, relatively convenient ways into a couple different spots in the Dark World, so.
Yeah. Let's see. Top of Paradox, Shield, map to Eastern. This is back to Light World for armlx, $20, and the first big key of the seed is for Pod. Okay, that's nice. Okay, this entrance of Paradox dumps us out on the floating island.
Wow, that's a great entrance to find early.
That is. I'm gonna check our TR entrance medallion, and yeah.
That was Magic Bat at Magic Bat.
Okay, vanilla. Figures. Let's see, Super Bunny entrance here drops us into a fortune teller we don't care about. Hey, Zefkel. Yeah, we're 10 minutes in. We're checking entrances as one does in cross keys. And these are not very helpful entrances here on Dark Death Mountain. Jeez.
What do you mean? Derthys just won the Hotel Mario game.
That's just going to be a save quit back here, and it's going to... No real way to get back, but it's not too bad to get back to North Boots anyhow, so I'm just going to head back towards CAC and check those, and keep checking entrances. CAC is a gold mine of things in cross keys. There's a load of entrances. You're pretty much guaranteed to find items and at least one connector in CAC. There's all sorts of stuff to be had.
Yes, indeed.
And I do count these entrances just south of CAC as being CAC for all intents and purposes. Oh, Ice Palace entrance is one of the other exits to Paradox. We don't need to worry about that. Okay.
Well, with Mirror, that would put the island...
Lake Island entrance, yeah. Ooh, I'm at death for armlx. That entrance was dead for Derthys. I looked over and missed it, but I don't think that was anything. And they've got, what, bottom side of Spec Rock there?
That was bottom side of Fairy Connector.
Oh.
That was Fairy Ascension Cave over at
back of Skull Woods. I totally missed the entrance for armlx on the Bonk Rocks by Link's house.
So did I. But it doesn't look like it was anything.
Yeah, or at least not anything he could do anything with right now. I'm just not sure if it's, hey, do we need to go back there later type of thing. Skullwood's Bridge Chest is our other pair of gloves. Okay, gang.
Wow.
First pair was in the well, for context. I know you missed that earlier.
Early mitts available. That's interesting. Also infuriating. Well, if you're gonna get mitts, I'd rather get them early with cross keys. It does make for getting through vanilla Dark World and other things significantly more convenient.
Oh wait, Mini Moldorm Cave is vanilla.
Vanilla.
Okay, our Pain of Verda's in logic with that Sewers key for whatever that's worth. Not. And Hype Cave, in CAC. Got a small key to Pod. That is our first. We have a small key. We had the big key already. Big key to Skull Woods of questionable usefulness, and a big key to Hera of slightly better usefulness.
Yep. So, dueling 5 item caves that quickly.
Mini Moldorm Cave looked like a boss on the other side, I think.
Oh, and we found GT.
GT here in CAC. Okay. Didn't catch which CAC entrance this was, but I know it was in CAC.
I believe this was the Bush House.
Or can we red meringue? Okay, heart container. Sure. Gonna about. Gonna see Let World Shopping Mall here for armlx, which has chess game with a red rupee. Great.
Oh, Derthys, you can get the torch. You can get the torch.
Derthys, that is an adding error. TR Big Chest on armlx's side in Light World Shopping. And Hera is also in CAC. But conveniently, we just got the big key, as Light World Shopping has the desert main entrance too. Okay, just everything going right now.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of insanity here.
I'm trying to take notes on where major entrances and where items are, it's a little chaos when you've got this much going on with this much divergence. The key to TR, okay. Whatever the torch was in desert, armlx doesn't want it. And desert left entrance here is Vanilla! Okay, game.
Game. What are you doing to us here?
Me and Vanilla Mini Water came in Vanilla. Okay.
armlx is just gonna run across the bottom of the south here. I like this play here.
Yeah. I did not expect that for desert left. Hera Big Chest is a heart container.
Not gonna turn that down at low health here.
Yeah, it's certainly worse things to find. armlx is rich, $300 on Graveyard Ledge there. Has the glove, so it doesn't have to skip out on the glove block cave entrance here. Whoopsies on that fall for Derthys. That's a shop we don't need. Yeah, armlx hasn't actually checked the damn entrance yet, so this is going to be an opportunity to do that. As we're going to get our first boss fight for Derthys. K45 and Dime entrance is completely dead. We're going to be leaving the other two entrances to the Desert Right entrance for later, it seems. Not other two. Have a slice of your Desert Pack, and it's not connected to the rest of the dungeon. Right.
Interesting choice here for the Sank start. Curious where armlx is going. If this is it looks like it's probably going to be just north of CAC checks. Probably
looks
your
like
best.
Yeah, route north of CAC checks into the CAC proper, since it's already on the southern side.
Nothing at
useless. Yep. No, Mount Croc's by Sank, since there's like 4 sets or something in cross keys.
Yes, indeed.
An important distinction to be had.
But, Boots Glove gonna make these checks real quick. Ooh, bottom of Spiral. That's never a fun one. And, we found Eastern!
Yeah, Eastern here, and that's it's also in CAC. CAC being Dungeon Central again. What's new? Pretty common in cross keys. That's Ice Rod Cave for armlx, just north of CAC, and that's Lumberjack House. Whoops. Eastern front has our small key to Swamp. That's a nice thing to get early. You do not want to be hunting for that late.
No, you do not.
Alright, what's our Lumberjack drop down today? Do we need to do Act 1 for this?
We'll see in a moment.
We might.
Very unlikely with the Swamp Small already being found. There is a few other keys that are going to be that hard locked that you can't get around most of the things. Especially already having thieves, unless that is Desert Small. I think...
back of Hookshot Cave at the north end of Lost Woods. Yeah, Desert Small's about the one thing we could really need, I guess.
like Hera small if something's behind it directly, but we already have Thieves small, and everything else we can kind of work around. Even in this mode, we can work around a TR small.
Yeah. Especially because we already have the TR big chest located, even if we don't have laser bridge, that helps. Armlx is going to go for a hover here in Hookshot Cave, having found just some money in the one check that is accessible with just boots, and this is in logic since the entrance to this was at the north end of Lost Woods. Lost Woods. Derthys going to go for Eastern Big Key Chest. That's a small key to pod. Out of logic in the Hookshot Cave.
Small to key to pod's nice.
That is our second pod small.
Very nice. Very nice. For the hovers for armlx here. Getting them first
nice
shot.
Indeed.
Never need to come back unless you're going through Hookshot Cave for Dark Shopping Mall.
Okay. Can't do much else there, sadly, as a buddy, so we'll have to come back later. And Eastern Big Key Chest is an Out of Logic Castle Tower key. Thanks.
Thanks, game.
Probably don't need it as mentioned as discussed with that lumberjack, but that first one does give us the second. That one does give us access to the second Aga Tower chest. Thoroughly out of logic behind a lamp and finding Aga Tower right now, but you know. Here's the uncle in Lost Woods. I'm getting a little concerned about where Ganon's at.
Ganon very well could be vanilla.
Yeah, Spike Cave here in Blind Set entrance. And Uncle himself gave us a compass. Uncle Chest is $20. Nope, there's Ganon.
Okay, Pig and Cack.
Right. I slightly lost track of our drop down today, so I'm not actually sure what our pyramid drop down is. So someone chance kept slightly better track than I have.
We've seen the well, we've seen...
Oh hey, old man located just north of Cack. Okay. Or armlx.
Seen that. We've seen that. Have we seen the Lumberjack Ledge? I don't know if we've seen that one yet.
I don't think we have.
So it might be Lumberjack Ledge, because you said we've seen the well, we've seen Magic Bat. Have you seen the Useless Fairy?
I don't know if we have. I'm having
Okay.
It's been a hop. This is my first cross keys comps in quite a while, and my ability to identify entrances is not best of things.
I gotcha.
Bit rusty on that.
It's all good.
Yeah, we're both runners, just retracing each other's steps. Derthys now in Lost Woods, and just and armlx in Eastern. Is not helpful there.
Let's curious which of our runners gets those bits first.
I'd have to. For Derthys, the mitts are in the Useless Fairy entrance. He might route on over there with North Light World, I think, here. We know he's going to get sent out to Dock Sharpening, which isn't going to give him much of anything here.
Yeah, because if he gets those mitts out of the Useless Fairy, that'll put him real convenient to check the King's Tomb entrance.
It would, since that would be accessible with mitts and boots, and that can be a tricky one to route in otherwise. Especially with where our safe quits are today. Its mitts. On the other hand, armlx's mitts are in the Skullwoods Bridge chest, and the back of Skullwoods is just in Cack. So he's going to run into that sometime in the next few minutes. It's not hard to find. So I don't see mitts being a particular problem for either runner. He's gonna cancel Tower Key for armlx.
And let's do the Death Warp again.
Yep. Yeah, armlx should find Skullwoods. The back of Skullwoods is somewhere here in CAC. Not quite sure which entrance, but I know it's in here. He'll find it eventually.
And I did blink and miss it on the first time, but we do have bumper ledge up here too, so Cape is going to be an interesting set for... Oh
yeah, missed that was also in CAC.
Yep.
Derthys gonna continue here. Trying to think. Trying to think of like what we want to do next. We've seen a decent amount of dungeons, but somewhat limited amount of things to do in all said dungeons at the moment. They've cleared front of Thieves, they've cleared front of Eastern. We've seen basically everything in here about the basement because we don't have that small key or a fire source to do it with. Can't do anything in Swamp because we A, haven't found out dam, and B, don't have flippers or hammer.
So our runner's gonna get myths pretty close to the same time here.
Yeah, Derthys is routing over to Useless Fairy towards the end. armlx is getting his mitts right now.
Yep. And Useless Fairy at Sank Drop.
Ah, that's where that was, right. I think I just totally brain farted that earlier.
It's all good, and I think that means that Lumberjack is our Ganon drop down.
Alright, and this is the wall for Derthys, so can you get his mitts just like a minute after armlx here? There's, yeah, the other, its mitts, the Thief Smell is also in here, and Escalate Smell were the items. And a shield, but I don't write those down. Those bombs were actually really nice. He missed Australia for arm, but those bombs were convenient for armlx kids. He had no bombs because that was the first thing he did this seed. Let's head over here. He's gonna get Hype Cave and all the things that were here.
Oh, no, Derthys. There you go. Maybe. Are we checking Stun Prize? Checking Stun Prize completely forgets that King's Tomb is now in Logic. Gotta be able to reroute on the fly here with this mode. It's definitely...
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
armlx gonna go take care of Tower of Herring and get first crystal there.
Yeah.
Very convenient stun prize here, because taking those mitts and gonna go check maybe not Waterfall, but the era. There we go, the Zora. And after farming up to that 300 rupees, getting that 300 is a little bit of a just like, guess what you didn't need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little... Yeah, right, yeah, I honestly forgot that armlx got that. Like, that was one of the first checks he did in the seed. Yeah, let's see. Zora Ledge is nothing. Okay, we don't have to backtrack for that at least later. So, Waterfall Fairy, I think we need to return to.
What you got, Scamfish? Ooh, a sword!
That's worth the trip, alright. I'd take it.
Yeah, especially early game. That's gotta feel real good.
Oh, for sure. Derthys has to be happy to see that one.
So, honestly, if I'm armlx after this, armlx hasn't gone over to the eastern area at all yet, and Derthys hasn't done any of the south route. So I'd expect them to flip-flop those, and then we'll see what those couple entrances up the mountain that Derthys missed from taking the death from the bedrocks.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of between what our two runners, what we're going to see next. Since you're both currently covering each other's tracks, don't really have dungeon checks to do right now. Like you said, there's some entrances up on the mountain. No moon pearls, so somewhat limited amount of stuff we can do in the Dark World. And we found one or two Dark World connectors, but I don't think they're the most useful ones.
No, well, they're actually not bad. The couple Dark World connectors we found to get into Dark World are your bumper ledge exit, which is super convenient to be able to get all your North Dark World.
Archery game as well. Was there one of our others? Yeah, actually thinking about it.
Yeah, and archery is really convenient to get to your South Dark World. But you don't want to go Dark World scouting at the moment because you've got boots and you don't want to be walking the whole place.
Yeah. Okay, Derthys was not gonna hurt for forgetting about the torch earlier.
And Derthys setting up a water walk here.
Thinking about Hobo and or Waterfall Fairy, it looks like. Let's see, what was Lit World Shopping again? Desert was in there, and so was the big chest entrance of TR. Plus the third entrance was something utterly forgettable, apparently, because I did not write it down.
We've got, it was chess game.
Which was something out of the job, yeah. Gonna see armlx pass through Paradox here on the way over to... I'd assume this is heading over to the floating island connector, which is one of the entrances here.
This is a really tricky bomb jump to nail. They do have the GT big keys, not GT, the TR big key, so that chest can be gotten if you can nail the bomb jump or the hover. But that is not an easy bomb jump to hit. You've got to be very precise to be able to get yourself into the rail and kick across.
Yeah. We're gonna see the Stark Cave here for armlx. Derthys saw it earlier, and just taking it up to that. Pokey, ouch. But armlx, Derthys did not take this cave earlier on his side.
Ooh, okay, so the dark connector here was Old Man.
I'm going to say, yeah, it's back of Old Man, which the front of Old Man's just north of Cat.
Yep, taking that cape and gonna go check our bumper ledge and see where it is. So it looks like Arm is in check connectors mode.
Looks like it's at a point where that's what he wants to do. Sounds kind of stupid. Dark Lumberjack is where that dump is out at.
And Derthys, more successful time too, getting that Pokey dead, taking no damage in the process.
And gets tempered for his trouble. Sure.
That is significant sort of at the moment.
Yeah, that is a very nice find for him.
I don't see Arm missing Lava Chest, but it could be a long while till he gets to Zora.
Zora's kind of isolated at the moment, yeah, especially if Flippers end up being someplace goofy. Alright, just some bumps on the chain chomps, we're not gonna deal with that today. And this is an intentional death this time from Derthys.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, as Avkill, I'd expect armlx to make his way over to Zora at some point. It's a matter of when. And speaking of unfortunate deaths, there's one for armlx to the Gyptos.
Yeah, he got off script with them. Surprised you didn't see him just use the boomerang to stun the Gyptos.
Yeah, and we're seeing Desert check here from Derthys. I'm curious if he's gonna check. We know the first two checks are both not much of anything because armlx checked those earlier. We know desert left is vanilla of all things. We haven't seen a desert right connector. I'm curious if Derthys will check that here. Lugu for armlx is our first bottle of the seed. No sign of sick kid yet that I can remember.
Love seeing a bottle before sick kid. Makes life so much easier. Don't want to ever have to come back to the sick kid.
Oh, for sure. And Derthys seeing this connector.
Let's see if Derthys takes the back, because I don't think we've seen the back yet either.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think we saw this earlier from armlx. Which is the top of Spiral Cave.
And that's going to kick us back out over towards the Kakariko side. I believe that was...
BM Ascension, yeah.
BM Ascension, yeah. But good to get this out of the way, know where you're going to it, and then you've got more you can do in CAC.
Yeah, Mushroom is a thing.
Oh boy, I'd go turn that in immediately. We haven't seen Potion
it's reasonably easy to turn in. Like, have it turned in so you can go just get the item whenever you get to Potion Shop, yeah?
Yeah.
Skullwood's Big Chest was junk, so that was out of Hype Game, which, thanks game. And this chest here is a map to save at this dungeon. Great. Very helpful. Gonna see Light Flute 5 here. We didn't see this entrance either from Derthys, and armlx hasn't been over to the eastern area at all.
Alright, so it looks like very likely that Derthys is gonna go up and try to clean up those entrances up on Death Mountain that left behind.
Yeah, because the eastern entrance is the Quarreling Brothers. One side of it, and the other side of that's Hera.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen these entrances for armlx that armlx is checking here yet. Or actually, no, wait, that looks familiar. Derthys might have done this earlier. On the way to eastern. Whoops, never mind.
Yep.
Krowski's breaks right sometimes. Lake Island is junk. Thank you for chat noting that Skullwood's dependent. Lighter Shed, I believe, was completely useless because I didn't write this down at all. Yep, that would be why. $20 and some mobs. And Mire is here.
Interesting. Oh boy, Misery Mire up the mountain.
That is an interesting spot. Not a ton we can do in here right now. No fire sources, no keys, but no cane. But
we got some 4 chests. Yeah, we got half the chests we can get.
Can't count those armlx spots. Brain, catch up, please. Dismiss. So that was.
So my favorite check-in cross keys is the Mire lobby. It is my good luck chest. I swear I pull hammer more times out of that chest than any place else that I have found it in cross keys. So we're gonna see what's in the favorite chest for it, but I'm betting it's gonna be progression in Mire lobby.
I mean, it's got to find some kind of progression at some point. We've got a bunch of swords. We've got bits, ice rod, a couple of fetch quests, boots, a book apparently now.
Oh boy, that's majorly inconvenient because now you got to go loop back around to be able to get that ether tablet because you don't have the mirrors to come back up. But that ether tablet is only in logic.
Yeah, because it's not, the Hera connector is kind of slow. It works, it's just gonna take a minute to do. Vicky, to this dungeon!
Well, definitely needed progression, just wasn't what we were expecting.
Yeah, that was definitely not what I was expecting. Nice roll clip for Derthys. Hey, you might still get that hammer you were wanting anyway, because we're going to see that big chest here.
This is true, and that's convenient to do the loop around to be able to check the other one, so...
Yep, can get map chest here too. Oh my goodness, what? French vanilla big heat in Big here to Mire in Mire, leading to our first
And leading to Snow, what did I say? Meyer Lobby Chest
And a hook shot! Okay.
Holy moly, Batman! Meyer
That-
loaded!
Good grief, that's loaded. Huh. We've already seen armlx hover hookshot caves. I know that doesn't lead to anything, but that gets us over to the other side of Death Mountain.
That it does.
And we haven't checked the we checked the southeastern side of Dark Death Mountain because they got a floating island connector. We have not seen this Light Death Mountain side of the Light World side of that. So
Yep, and with mitts, you've got all of the bottom that you can grab too. So super convenient there. Armlx is likely going to get everything that Derthys, going straight in. Going to be, no way he doesn't check Meyer at this point.
I'd be amazed, yeah.
Gonna need to get. Ooh.
No?
I'm gonna look for some health first.
Makes sense. 2.5 hearts, not the most.
And
or not.
Deciding, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah. Just gonna go for it.
Yes, Mr. Angry Pants, confirmation bias super strong with me. 100%. I am definitely a little stitious there. I'm not superstitious, just a little stitious.
Alright, time for the bottom of East Death Mountain here, giving us a ferry for Derthys being the first entrance. There's just gonna be a bunch of stuff to check here. There's the book for armlx. And Pyramid Ferry. $20 and bombs. Thanks. Don't have a bottle, Derthys. That is one of the things that has been different between the two, is that armlx has checked the front of Skull Woods.
Yes, indeed.
And Fairy Fountain. And the dam. That's actually the solid find. With our third pod small, second, actually all three are in logic now. That hook shot, which was in logic because the pirate Bicky was in Meyer, as Allison notes in chat. Third sword, Mr. Angry Pants, is on the lava chest of TR. Alright, one last entrance here as armlx gets his big key to Meyer in Meyer. Archery game. Well, we don't need that.
Nope, do not need that.
They both have plenty of money. They are fine on that.
Armlx remembering powder makes health easy.
Yep.
Alright, where are you going from here, Derthys? Back up the mountain for that book check.
Looks like it wants to make sure to get that turned in. A little slow, but you got boots to help at least. As armlx picks up his bow and hookshot on Meyer and is going to be out of here as well.
You know, I don't know if I'd actually have checked this. I think with getting hookshot and I know we don't have a ton that we can check, but I think I'd be trying to hold out.
I'm a little surprised Derthys isn't doing hookshot pay, for instance. There's 3 checks in there. They're now accessible with the hookshot, but, well, let's see what this is.
I mean, I guess
this is actually a check that armlx cannot physically obtain just yet because he's still on first sword. Big key to Eastern! Eastern's completable.
Wow.
That's in CAC, in case anyone's wondering.
That's huge. That's huge find.
That could be a really big find for Derthys, yeah. Checking connectors to try and see... Yeah, this is probably just safe put, I think, is the best way to get back to.
I think if I was Derthys in that moment, I think he wanted to go into the portal and forgot, because I think that would have been a great time to check the two on.
Oh yeah, Dark Death Mountain. Yeah.
Dark Death Mountain. God knows, no one's ever been burned by not checking those.
Yeah.
If I hold up
Derthys
a
hasn't
mirror.
checked this connector yet. This is Dark Lumberjack is where this is going to go. We do not have a fire source. No PTG match. Bye.
Interesting. Doing some bunny walking here. We'll see how
Looks
far
like-
Derthys takes this.
I'll just laugh at Hellison in chat. Yeah, I don't know what else all we're gonna end up checking here. I don't think we saw Dark Sank earlier from armlx. Which is nothing anyway.
I think Arm wanted to try to hover there and just ended up missing the setup and is just going with it running. I don't know. Have we seen the exit here? No, we have not.
Nope, apparently not, because that's the other side of that.
Well, that's super convenient after that book, so Arm's just going to take it over here, check the desert entrance. This could be big, too.
It could, yeah, because this is one of the things that books unlocks for these two right now. Curiosity Shop, I think, is a new entrance. Unfortunately, that was junk for Derthys. To our left side here in Desert and Main. Okay, not the most consequential of things, given we've already seen Desert Big Chest entrance, or TR Big Chest.
The good news is, for Arm, is he's going to get that sword, and that's going to put his ability to get that ether tablet in there. So him ended up finding that when he did. It's actually super convenient.
Yeah, that's a really good timing for him, as Derthys is going to do for enough skill woods now on his side. armlx is still at a weaponry disadvantage because Master and Tempered, but currently that's not the bigger thing is the access to ether tablets. Right now.
That's 100% agreed that Arm, and he's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to get shot or skulled, but oh, Derthys.
Ooh, that's it. armlx died here to the Gib though, so Derthys got floor mastered. Oof.
Very nicely done the second time. And getting his out-of-logic bottle.
Yep. Yeah, that one's Spoon Pearl locked. Not that it matters a whole lot right now, given we're not doing anything with bottles in or much. Let's see, we don't have Hammer for Spike Cave when we don't have a Moon. No Moon Pearl put that in Logic, and no sign of Sickage just yet. So bottle's kind of nice to have, and that's about it for the moment.
I'm very surprised with where that Eastern Big was, that Derthys is not pushing Eastern, trying to clear it. Maybe not as comfortable with the back of Eastern, but you got Tempered Sword, you get Sword Beams. That's a surprise. And here goes Arm checking that
King's Tomb entrance that we were yelling at Derthys about earlier. That hurts for Derthys. Eastern, for anyone who's wondering, is in the back area somewhere. As is Old Man is just north. So this is a pretty quick trip to Eastern for Derthys. Looks like armlx might be heading for Ether Tablet. Not sure what else he'd be going to Eastern for right now.
That bow is not Eastern out of line. That bow, because your entrance to get to Mire was over here in Eastern to cross over. So that is not out of logic, as you've got Eastern over to Tower of Hera and then get straight into Mire.
Just
so you
drop down the mountain.
Yeah, so that bow is 100% in logic.
Yeah, because we've got, let's see, our Boots Were Light World Archery entrance for logic into Mire. We've got the Mire Big Key in Mire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in. That was a bottle in the underwater spot.
Okay, that's not the worst of the of the connectors.
How did Derthys just get to the pod area? I completely missed it.
That was through Fairy Ascension Cave in CAC.
Oh, neat. Oh, armlx is heading back towards the Lake Shopping Mall. What's this again?
Probably going to be the other side of Desert. Or we're just going to hook into TR. No, of course
or
we've
just
got
do that.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, I forgot Hookshot does that for us. So we can get Crystal Roller here. Derthys is gonna get his second bottle. And Crystal Roller Room is $5. Can't continue without a cane, so that's it for now. Okay, now we're gonna see Desert. Did we ever see the right side of the Desert Bike Connector?
No, we have not.
Because I know both runners found the front of Desert in Light Shopping Mall and then went out the left and found that to be vanilla and continued from there, so I don't think either runners actually checked the right side Desert for that connector yet, and we haven't seen it.
Nope, have not, and I think Arm's just going this way to do the back of Desert check.
Looks like it, which Derthys did, and we know is not much of anything particular. Or no, that was for okay, which is of mild, moderate use, because that was our shroom. Potential use mushroom, which we haven't seen because we don't know where the witch hut is.
And neither of our runners have turned it in.
Nope. Well, armlx couldn't turn it in until 2 seconds ago, and Derthys hasn't done it.
Derthys about to find left side. TR.
Yes, TR left. And this is armlx setting up a Ancilla fake flipper to turn in the shroom.
Yeah.
Nice on the Ancilla. Yeah, that's what I thought on that fake flipper. No, wait, this is heading over to the wood area. Wrong one. Think of where that portal went.
Interesting choice here.
Yeah.
Woo! Playing Fireball Dodger.
Yeah. Making me a little nervous there.
Can't get what's in here, but can at least look and see. Nothing anyway. So
Disney's probably trying to check. Wait, which entrance was Eastern again? Because I'll be honest, I don't remember either. But
it's one of these three up here.
And it's another one. For the sake of commentary notes, since I don't run a full entrance tracker, I just note down it's in CAC. Leave it to the runners to remember which of the thousand entrances in CAC is the correct one.
100%. And Arm here gonna get his third sword. Very surprised he's checking sword here. Gonna really benefit. Put him on Tempered Sword, and that's before having to do any of the major bosses. That's a huge find.
Oh, for sure.
Alright.
I'd have to imagine armlx. Oh no, armlx hasn't gone that Eastern big yet, which we actually know from Derthys' side now is a pendant, because that's that P in the top left corner. Mirror in the Eastern big chest. That's a 5.5.
That is huge. That puts Derthys pretty ahead, because that Eastern big is very isolated for Arm.
Yeah, Derthys going out of his way to go all the way over there is definitely paying off, because that mirror is huge. Needs to pay attention to his health though, right? And to the enemies here. Gets the Igor. Gets one of the Igors. There we go. Okay,
yeah, that is some ridiculous logic to have to do.
Yep. Yes. So for those who missed it, Derthys just picked up the mirror from the Eastern Big Chest. The Eastern Big Key is on Ether Tablet. The particular problem with that is that the book was in the Meyer Spikes chest on the bottom side of West Light Death Mountain. Because they don't have a mirror until to get Ether Tablet before getting Ether Tablet, they had to do 2 trips over to the eastern area, which is where they got a connector to the Hera entrance to get over to that side of that mountain.
Yep, and to answer your question, Moogle Charm, the Hera entrance is at Eastern Palace.
Yeah, that's the connector. It's not the worst with boots, but it's certainly a little slow. Derthys not getting the fast strat on Armos Knights, but not too bad. Didn't die is a big thing, independent for his troubles. Yeah, the problem is not the book. Yeah, the book being where it was means that Armlux just doesn't have a lot else to do up on the mountain right now. It's run up the mountain for 1 check, basically, and that's not very helpful. Which is why, like, we were a little surprised that Derthys went for it, but it's turned out to pay off big with that mirror.
Yeah, definitely. If Derthys did his homework, armlx runs a lot of cross keys, so definitely making a lower percentage play here when you're up against a stronger opponent. Definitely makes sense. Oh boy, it looks like Arm might be going to get his Eastern Big Key here, because there is not a whole heck of a lot left.
I was going to say, there really isn't. And we're going to see Front of Escape now from Derthys, which we know from armlx produced Cane of Burna, and that's about it. And yes, this is an excellent MSU for Derthys. This is a Tales of Symphonia MSU. First time I've heard this one. Pretty good. Realistically, though, yes, this mirror is in your last location. I think we're running out of entrances. We're definitely just about out of dungeon checks, and I'm not sure if there's much else to do at the moment. There's that cane for Derthys. And that's the Eastern Day for armlx. And he's gonna check these entrances that Derthys skipped earlier. It's useless on this one. I mean, Eastern's not super long exactly yet there in chat. And more uselessness. Good for Derthys.
Alright, Derthys going for Dark Cross. Arm probably just gonna go beat Eastern here.
Yeah, safe quitting to CAC. That's gonna be an Eastern play, I'd have to imagine. Dark Cross was something utterly forgettable for Derthys, or for armlx earlier, so that's...
Yeah, I believe it was just money.
That sounds about right. Yeah, Moogle Charm. You don't go all the way over to Ether Tablet and then not turn it in. There's also just literally nothing else to do. I suspect both run... okay. Small key to Skull with Dark Cross. So, yeah, basically useless. Let's see. Derthys is gonna head out the front of Hyrule Castle, which is gonna take him to Darkworld Archery Gate. Or no, that's Bumper Ledge.
Yep, you've got mirror. Use it. You've got mirror. Oh,
Derthys.
Oh, that is not knowing the mode is what that is.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, I know I see Saklejed is one of Derthys' teammates in chat and probably knows about his experience level with Krowski's more, but yes, it's one of this is not the first time we've seen this race where Derthys just hasn't realized, oh, I can just check this.
Ah, here we go. Here's the King's Tomb check.
Yep. It's a safe quit. Yeah, I imagine both of us will continue checking mirror lock checks as Derthys maybe having a think there on the file select for him at sec. I believe Derthys has some experience with mode as well very often. Yeah, okay, yeah, merci exactly. That's about what I thought with Derthys' experience level on this mode. Back to Hero Castle for Derthys. There's the Eastern Pendant for armlx. Bigger. And Derthys is going to take the Hyrule Castle left, and that's going to dump him out at the archery game here. Practically just same place, just Dark World.
Well, this is super convenient for this. He should go left and check the... Nope. He should go back out, go left, and check the
race game left entrance, yeah.
Race game left entrance here. He might have realized that he forgot to check that.
The bumper ledge.
Yeah, and getting the mirror out. Hopefully that's... Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, that's good. Let's see. What is Light World bumper ledge entrance?
That's
a really funny spot for the bomb shop. Derthys, I would just turn around and take the proto back and go use the other...
He didn't go talk to him and find out what his red crystals were.
Also that. Oops. We're going to see the Lake Island entrance for armlx, which we discussed ages ago is in Logic once you find a mirror, which we know is in Logic for Saha.
Aha.
TRs are green pendant. Yuck.
So that puts all of our pendant knowledge in, because...
See, small key to desert. And...
That's a great question. Vortex, can you dupe a bomb through... well, no, that was... not from water. No, that's... Yeah, that might be a dupable bomb. I don't know. That's an interesting... They're setting up the water walk here.
Yeah, okay, I totally missed the floating island item earlier. That's GT. I have to GT. Great.
Well, we never saw the floating island.
I never saw it. Never mind. I was just thinking, wait, never mind. We haven't been up to this side at the top of East Light Death Mountain yet. Because that was, yeah, thanks. Hobo for Derthys. The bomb shop Telethar is top of Bumper Ledge, Light World. We have not seen Hobo Seclete. And Telethar says we can do the bomb from that location. Thank you. There's upgrade theory for armlx and the top paradox entrance. And bombs and hobo. Hyrule that's Akut Tower for armlx here on the Death Mountain.
Yeah, and he'll absolutely go get that chest in the dark.
Bombs in the first chest here. Yeah, the second chest technically had logic from land, but we don't much care. We did get that small key to Akut Tower quite a while ago in the Eastern Biggie chest. And just a heart piece. Womp womp.
Yeah. Alright, where are you going, Derthys? Hookshot Caves. That's where you're going.
Yep, because that's at the top of Lost Woods. The other side is Dark Shopping Mall. Yeah, because Hookshot was picked up a while ago for him and Meyer, and he just hasn't gotten to this yet. We saw armlx hover this earlier. There was nothing of interest. armlx is going to do another Ansel Fake Flipper. Well, very well done once again. Saw this earlier from him. Let's see where he... Can head over to Light Shopping Mall.
This might be...
Desert Right.
Desert Right is what I'm... Yeah.
Because Desert is here, and we just got Desert Small.
Yeah. Yeah. Looping that in, getting the extra 2. 100%.
Oh, I guess there was a pot small in that case, so not 100% useless. Hey, bonsoir, Pichu. In chat. And absolutely deadly squad on the right side of the desert. Great. see. Back through Paradox Cave here for Derthys, heading over to, let's see.
Probably,
well, let's see where he's off.
He's probably going to the top of Death Mountain. No?
And the right side of Desert that we never saw is the Meyer entrance. Oh, okay, Gabe. It only took them an hour and 4 minutes to check that connector. Checkerboard Cave moved not too far, and it's just a map.
Armlx not with full knowledge yet, so we're gonna grab it.
Yeah, and okay, here's Saha's hut for Derthys. Small key to Desert here, which we have turned up nothing, but is logically required for Landmost, for whatever that's worth, since we haven't found the back of Desert. Or the Desert Big.
Meyer area being a giant T, giving us 2 items we could pick up, but a map and a compass.
Yeah. Right, TR is a green pendant, and what's our third pendant again? Remind me, as we find fake Ice Rod Cave. Jeez, on Meyer being useless.
Yep, it was Eastern Skull and TR.
Thank you.
Alright, what do we got here? I bet this is going to be something at this point. Nope.
Nope. Apparently not. Derthys is up here on Floating Island now, so we'll get this. Go ahead.
At this point, we've got the left side drop down up here on Dark Death Mountain. We've got some entrances in
race game left entrance, yeah, for one.
Yeah.
The race game left K45 is legitimately not horrible, as that's not a helpful drop down, sadly. To get to race game left in K45, the old man save point is the fortune teller just north of CAC. Race game right is Hyrule Castle main, and race game right is Hyrule Castle right, and Hyrule Castle left is the Dark World Archery Gate, which is actually pretty convenient for doing those entrances. So, Derthys has to. Derthys probably having a thing at this point. Save quitting here to Old Man. Speaking of that, save quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard to get to. I don't know if Derthys has thought of checking those couple entrances just south of the Village of Outcasts here, but that looks like that's where he's going. As
the Hyrule Castle.
Is armlx checking the top Hyrule Castle entrances?
Yeah, 100%. Haven't seen these yet either.
Yeah.
Did not think about that you can bunny walk over here and get that. That's gonna be 3 entrances. That's good density. And we find a Gina.
Okay, top of Hyrule Castle. Derthys taking the less there might be something he wants to check here. Gina giving us our gold sword.
Ooh, Murder Dactyl gonna murder that.
Murder Dactyl 2-0 on Derthys, because that is the second time he's tied to that Murder Dactyl in that location.
Yeah, Murder Dactyl 2, Derthys 0. That's a painful score.
It is. Ouch. And is going to go do something else. Pod located for armlx here on the Aga Tower entrance. That's a thing.
And with 4 small keys, that's pretty excellent.
No, where did we get the 4 pod supply? I don't remember. Fire Rod picked up though.
That is, yeah.
And there's our hammer.
And hammer.
Perfect timing. I was just wondering why he didn't continue in pod, but no hammer, because he just found it. Right back to pod, I guess. Convenient.
And we have the big key. Oh boy, he's gonna open the door, hoping that there's one small pod in here to make the rest of it that he can pull clear. Likely gonna leave the vanilla big key chest behind.
Might be the buyer of questionable usefulness. But yeah, Baby Chest is probably getting left behind and can do everything else here. Chat discussing if Moth would be in Logic if Back of Skull was in Light World entrance, which it is, because that is in CAC today. It is not, because in this version of Cross Keys, the third Skullwood small key is forced to be in Skullwoods as we find our fifth pod small in pod. And never mind about the full thing.
It could be in Logic because we could technically not
key.
Go into. We could if Moon Pearl was there. We technically couldn't get into Skull Woods to be able to use the keys.
It's true, I guess. Harmless Hellway has a small key to TR. And I don't remember key for key and item logic there. Second TR, small in the pod, big chest. My knowledge of Cross Keys key logic is basically don't trust me on it, so I will leave you guys to it.
Okay, so I'm guessing that Back of Skull is. I mean, I'd still do it.
It has to do with the pinball key. I mean, you still beat Moth. It's whenever convenient at this point for armlx, I guess, but yeah, I can't. That's what it was for Telefire. Alright, let's see. That's Pod Vicky Chest has a first GT small. Okay. Which reminds me that there's a fair few things we can do on left side GT now.
Yeah. 100%.
Also, Tracker needs to update with Buttersword for armlx. Let's see, where's Derthys going? Going for Hyrule Castle again, heading for. Okay, now this looks like this might be race game left, because this is the Dark Archery game connector. Go straight to K45. Pod right side has a other Castle Tower small key. We know that the Lumberjack entrance is actually the Lost Woods hideout, which has a small key on it that is almost guaranteed useless at this point, so we don't care.
Yes, it is a very questionable value. It would have
about
to
the most useful Hera small is probably the thing it could lock, really.
Yep, that's about the only thing it could be. That we would hard require.
Yeah, we're still missing a couple other things. We don't have our. We're missing, I think, one pod key. I don't remember where one of our pod keys was. We do have 5 armlx in any case. We're missing a pod key. We're missing.
No, I don't know if he did
keys.
Hellway. Did he do Hellway?
He did Hellway. It was.
He did Hellway. All right, then I missed the 5th key.
Hellway was TR. Small chat was a TR key.
Yeah, then I missed that.
Yeah. A GT small could be of some usefulness, but I'm not sure you do Vector for that, to be honest. We're missing both Ice Palace smalls. We're missing 2 TR smalls, but given the entrances to TR we've seen, I'm not super concerned. Yeah. Swamp Palace entrance. Dark Cave we're not going to check right now for Derthys. Needs to be careful on health again. Heading over to Bombo's tablet on his side as armlx heads for Helma.
This is a very perilous trek to.
Yeah.
That is a very on 2 hearts, no mail.
Secondly, both Pod and the Hammer are on top of Hyrule Castle. And nice helmet fight for armlx. Let's see. Speaking of GT smalls, that's another one for on helmet for armlx, as well as his second crystal of the seed.
Still no moon pearl.
Nope, haven't seen it at all. Where's this going for Derthys?
Oh, the area ascension cave.
Pod area. That's where that goes.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen Dark Flute 5.
We haven't. We've seen the other connector in the area, like that's available without Moon Pearl, the one that's just south of like on the way to Pyramid basically, but we haven't seen Dark Flute 5.
Yeah, we've seen Dark 5 trees, we have not seen Dark Flute 5.
No, that's
that hammer puts Spike Cave in the logic. And Mimic Cave.
Spike Cave and Mimic Cave. Spike Cave's in Blindside entrance. Mimic Cave is over on bottom of West Death Mountain is where that's at. Right to my slightly funky notes.
Alright.
Still saying Light Flute 5.
No,
but this is going to be top of Harrow Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good for Derthys.
Yep. And Spike Cave, not our answer. 10 arrows. Great. Derthys is probably happy. A minute ago got his 10th heart out of wherever that was at. Which is good. They've both taken some unfortunate deaths today. Seed continuing to be kind of dry. And Derthys didn't check bump Pyramid Ledge yet either. Wow, brain's not functioning. Yeah. Magic Bat for armlx. This is vanilla. Entrance, that is. We don't have the item yet. And $50. Letters were for Derthys.
And here's all the GP checks.
There's gotta be something here, right?
Yeah, I would be shocked. I would, like, if there's nothing here, I'm going to be very, very surprised. I'm expecting Moon Pearl in, like, Salto's room. Or, like, Rando room.
I think we're starting to run out of checks again, and there's, we only have two small keys to this place, both of which are actually behind all 6 pod keys, one of which we're missing. But there's still some stuff in here that's available.
Mm-hmm.
Including all 4 of these chests, I'm pretty sure. I don't think any of these are key locked. Blue mail's nice. And this is going to be Derthys getting Fire Rod. armlx not going to continue in GT.
That's a surprise.
I am surprised he did not continue left side. That's a lot of checks he's leaving behind. They're out of logic, admittedly, with only 2 small keys, neither of which are in logic. So they've got 0 logical GT smalls, but I probably would have continued there. Caveat that I am not a cross keys runner and barely play cross keys at all, but I think I probably would have done that. Let's see, Desert Mire are red crystals. Very much not getting that anytime soon. We don't have a cane or a lamp from Mire. We have neither the Desert Big nor the Desert Back entrance either. Which gets into my next point. What are we missing for Go Mode right now?
A lot.
Our artists do things we are still looking. We saw already. A lot is a good way to put it.
Well, Moon Pearl, Flippers,
Desert Big Cane. We also need to physically find Desert. We need to physically find Desert. We have not seen Ice Palace, and yeah, that's main entrances we're missing right now. So actually not, in theory not a ton, and we probably need Moon Pearl to go locate those couple entrances we need at this point, I think.
Yeah. Very likely.
We don't explicitly need Moon Pearl to beat our dungeons, but we probably need Moon Pearl to find our couple missing dungeons. C-shaped hands for armlx is nothing. We do have a couple entrances here in the Village of Outcasts that are accessible without a Moon Pearl that we haven't seen yet. Oh wait, there's Laser Bridge. Not one of the entrances we had to find, but certainly make it Trinex easier if we have to, if that's dependent.
I mean, we have both rods, so...
Also true. We just don't have a cane. It's a bigger problem.
Nothing says Kane can't be right on this laser bridge.
You're not wrong. It would be out of logic behind that Moon Pearl, just who knows where, but it is possible. Well, the first three chests are complete uselessness right now, and the fourth is
even more so.
Okay, well, that's not our answer to absolutely anything aside from, I guess, we have faster access to green pendant Trinex if we ever want that. Assuming Kane is also just, railroad. Spec Rocks, not gonna do us anything there. And there's the GT small. Derthys hasn't really did this, but right side pod is going to go back and do the rest, I'd assume, here, and there's no real reason not to. Now we're going back in. We're going to see race game left here for armlx, because Derthys has been skipping this. And, Waterfall Fairy Hazard Cane and a lamp. Oh, Derthys, that is very bad for him.
Yep, that's,
That is our answer as to worst progression, apparently. Should be fully in logic from what I can remember of things.
Yeah, that's fully in logic. 100% that's in logic. And that puts the dark rooms in logic. That puts a lot in logic.
Dark rooms are in logic. We can now go do some more things in TR, I think. Can't do anything with that in Mire right now because we can't beat the place that. Actually, no, we can go beat Mire. Never mind. Kane and Big Kane right. Mire's beatable for whatever that's worth. Yeah, Trinex is completable. Yeah, that's a huge find for armlx, and very, very bad for Derthys. That I think Derthys just forgot the entrance, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a if you're not a cross piece player, it is something. I know I missed it when I was learning the mode a lot. That it's a real gotcha entrance.
Yeah.
I've had my Moon Pearl there, and that was. I think I didn't get it until like an hour and a half in, and I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah. Derthys has to go check that at some point, just because I'm not sure, because that is locking the seed pretty hard at this point, but it might take a bit. Gonna get a fairy here to refill the health. Good choice. But like Derthys is gonna have to check that eventually. There's not a ton left for him without that cane and lamp do lock things. But yeah.
I mean, at that point, tile room in GT.
Do you really want to go tile room GT for one check?
I mean, I would do more in GT, but that is your logical check that puts in. And we haven't seen GT.
Oh yeah, with the cane, duh. Yes.
With the cane, that puts it back in.
Yeah, I was thinking for I brain farted on Derthys' side. He's got hammer, so he could route tile room with. I don't know. If he does race game before GT, he'd get it. But I suspect he'd do that first. Armlx is back in GT. Speaking of, Derthys getting that out of logic TR small on Harmless Hellway. If anyone in chat wants to check where our fourth pod small is, that would be nice, because we have 5 from armlx. So I know
I would like to point out
the dam were 3 of them, and that was the 5th for Derthys, but our 4th is I don't know where. Go ahead on the pointing out.
I called it. Armlx doing tile room because I'm pretty sure that's one of the few remaining quote in logic checks based off of where the keys were to be able to see where something was. Just because how hard Armlx has been hugging what's in logic. And
Armlx is sticking hard to logic. We know doing the rest of the basement is not in. More or less, we know a lot of the basement's out of logic because we've got 0 keys. And that's a really gross spot for flippers.
Oh my god.
That's a really stupid spot for flippers.
That's...
The swamp is now clear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what that opens. We have Swamp Small, we found the dam a while ago. We've had the Swamp Small for even longer. We've got the hammer hook shot. Yeah.
I did not track. Do you remember where Swamp was?
Give me a sec until we see Compass Room is absolute junks. Somewhere around West Death Mountain. Light World.
Okay, yeah, I forgot to track Swamp, but that's...
It's not far from Money, right? I'm not sure if it's one of the drop downs. I think it... I wrote it as Southwest Light Death Mountain according to my notes sheet, but I'm not sure if that's a drop down or if it's just one of the caves in the bottom. It's not at the top. According to my slightly wacky form of notes, so make it that way you will. But it's over there somewhere. Paradox is a way there, actually. Now that I think about it.
Clink, your moon pearl is in another castle. Yeah, that's
I think Armlx mixed up his paradox connectors. One of them goes to Floating Island. I think it's this one here, and he's going to Swamp now. Is where he's going.
Yeah.
With that hammer, he can mirror, head left and drop down to go to Swamp, which works pretty well actually for that routing.
And checking this one entrance that he didn't do yet en route. No, that's really a heads up play.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm waiting for the pod smalls and everything to put the GT left side in logic.
That's one reason. That's one reason why I'm wondering where the Armlx walking to pod with 4 pod smalls. Derthys doesn't have that 4th. It's a check Derthys didn't do because he got his 4th in pod on the U route. I don't know where Armlx's 4th pod small was, but I have to assume it's probably in logic. I just don't know where it was because I did not write it down for whatever reason that might have been.
And there's just a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we need Desert Big, find back of Desert.
We need to find Ice Palace. And that might be about
Thieves Big?
Thieves Big, I forgot that, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Desert Big, Thieves Big, find Desert, find Ice.
So we may have... This would be hilarious if, like, the ever-fabled Moon Pearl Go Mode possibility.
If we find the desert at Thieves Bigs before we find a Moon Pearl, yes, that's possible. Because we're 2 items and 2 entrances from Go Mode, our entrances are probably Moon Pearl locked, but it's not a guarantee, I don't think. It might not be, it's not 100%, I don't think. So there's some stupidity here. We're gonna see our first moth clear from Derthys finally. This has been available for a while, but this is our first time we're seeing one of our runners clear it. Technically, per the earlier discussion in chat, I'm watching like Moon Pearl for whatever that's worth. I'm taking a death to the Gyptos.
Gonna get a health
Armlx.
refill.
Yeah, Armlx gonna head for Vidi here. Yeah, Derthys, there you go. Having a little trouble with the hits.
Yep.
Nice quick fights for both runners on both sides. That is another crystal for each. Got ourselves a map for Derthys and a small key to Ice Palace of questionable usefulness, but the big, that's a pendant for Derthys, crystal for armlx.
Nope, Derthys never found the Skull Woods
map, wherever that was. Yeah, armlx got it really early. We've known that Skull Woods is a pendant for quite a bit because of that, but yeah, Derthys never picked it up. Might have been just a freestanding somewhere, yeah. Okay, Derthys is gonna do Dark Magician room here in GT. Will he continue is the question, since armlx chose to stick to logic and not continue because we have exactly one. Well, now he has 1 logical GT small. When he went in, he had 0 logical GT smalls. Blue Mail's gonna be nice for Derthys as well here, since he's taken quite a few deaths today. Half magic's a fine for armlx and Mimic Cave, you'll take that.
And with chat chiding me, I do remember something about Skullwoods there being one really random cross key seed that had something a little broken with that. So my apologies on the misremembering.
It happens.
As chat liking to chide.
Yeah, I think armlx is trying to remember where Swamp is, because that was not the correct entrance. That is, though. There we go. Or maybe just checking that entrance because he hasn't done it earlier. I don't honestly know.
Yeah, I'm... Oh, man. Hour and a half, no Moon Pearl. This is... They've gotten a lot done, though.
They have a lot done, yeah. Like, we have a lot of bosses lit up on the tracker for both runners. Some of them pendants, but anyway. We've got a lot done. We've got a lot of items. We've gotten a lot of keys. Silvers are a nice find for Derthys. Critically out of logic on the Fire Snake room, but who cares?
Oh god, I'm trying to do the math if they actually are not, and I'm not searching now.
We've got 1 logical GT small. I don't think it is. But I don't remember, but I'm not sure. Oh, Big Key to Thieves Town is in the random room.
100% required.
That is a required find, yeah.
And this is why, even though it's not in logic, you go and do it.
We were yelling at armlx about that earlier, but that is a point though from chat. We are kind of hoping in some ways for Derthys' sake that Derthys doesn't find Moon Pearl here, because that would open up a lot of things for him that's not the left side of race game. But we'll see. Big Key 2 Swamp is of interesting find.
Yeah. Because I believe, I don't know if that, like, how many keys you need to go to the right side to get this, or if that's still 3 key locked.
Ice Armos, and I think that chest are 3 key locked. I think Rando Room is 4 key locked. But we know 2 of our 4 GT smalls, 3 and 4 key locked in GT are functioning identical to our Hera small. That's gross.
That is. Oh, there's another chest tower small key.
That is our final one.
Oh.
The point I was trying to get to before I got thoroughly is that our third and fourth GT smalls, our second and third GT smalls are Helmasaur. No, the first two we saw actually not third and fourth. Our third and fourth are in Logic, on Spec Rock, and they're in Swamp. Our first two are Big Eatus and Helmasaur, which are both locked behind our sixth Pod Small, which might be on the Lumberjack check, because we know that's a small key.
Yeah, that could logically be, 100%, if that's your answer for
There's
where
our
that
Moon
is.
Pearl! That's our Moon Pearl in Swamp for armlx.
Our 35-minute Moon Pearl never feels good.
Yeah,
I would say that Derthys' out here is if the Desert Palace Big Key is in Swamp Big Chest.
That would be fantastic for Derthys, because armlx would not be going back there anytime fast. That Moon Pearl opens up a ton.
Yeah.
We are Desert Big Chest. There's our... Nope, that's our sixth Pod Small, apparently, back of Swamp. Yeah. All 4 GT Smalls are now in Logic, but the third versus fourth GT Small did not matter, because both were locked behind that Pod Small. I'm not actually sure where one of our Pod Smalls was. Derthys doesn't have it. Presumably it's in Logic at this point with everything we've got, so I'm not caring a ton. And we absolutely do not care about the small key on Lumberjack. By the way, at this point, whatever it is, it's useless. Might be nice to have, but the odds of it being hard required are probably nil at this point, I think. But yeah, we are... For us, we are the Desert Big and the locations of the back of Desert and Ice Palace from no mode. Neither runner's quite at that point. Derthys really needs to check the race game entrance, and armlx needs to, at some point, eventually go back to GT. More or less is where they're at. Secondly, Jed, we just saw the Moon Pearl a minute ago from armlx. It's in the back of Swamp. It's on the back of Swamp. It's on the compass chest. It's not on the big chest. Shovel the Thieves' Attic is a funny fetch quest. Looking like a Skullwood's back entrance check for armlx.
Yup. Or just Skull Woods in general, or the rest of Skull Woods.
He did the front ages ago. I don't think Sackley ever did it, which might have been when that possible was, come to think of it. Yes, Beard. Derthys went back to GT and skipped Cloud Room. Because he doesn't have the cane. Because the cane and the lamp are race game left entrance, because that is
Waterfall Fairy.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. Yeah, the Waterfall Fairy we saw the other also. Yeah, so he needs to do that. Is basically what Derthys needs to do. Skullwood's back was or not. Skullwood's back was useless. And
ooh, let's get our Ped hype going. Arm's gonna read the Ped.
And oh, yay!
Oh my god!
All right then. I guess we're in. Okay.
We are in entrance mode. We are in entrance mode here for our knowledge here. That's funny.
We know we can beat our. Yeah, we can. We're technically we know we have the items to beat our pendants. Logically, we're supposed to find 2 more TR spawns, but one of them's probably a lumberjack, and who cares on the other right now?
Oh.
Here, the panda still's got our desert big key, which is our item go mode.
Oh, that is. That's funny. I mean, at that point, though, all Arm is looking for is that Thieves Big, then. Which, when he gets back to GT, he'll be, just looking for entrances. The only thing that could trip us up is if one of our required entrances is behind, Turtle Rock.
I was going to say.
Because we've seen someone come out of the front of Mire.
We've seen the front of Ice, yeah. And I was just thinking the same thing, by the way, on that. Jinx. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, and the only other random possibility for, like, logically required...
Wait, where was Ice Palace? armlx just found it 2 seconds ago.
That's a great question. I think it's at Dark... yeah, it's at Dark... Potion Shop.
Thank you. And Derthys, going over to Dick Game, please check Race Game left. Yeah, go ahead before I sidetracked us both into that Ice Palace.
So, he will full clear this, minus the Ice Palace Big. There we go.
Alright, finally for Derthys. This is good for him. He will get his cane and lamp here. Cane's a big thing, lamp is going to be nice for the safety as well, and not that it's hard required for much of anything. Alright, so...
Question is does Derthys go to GT for the right side? Because he's already done left. Or does he go to Turtle Rock?
I'm not sure. Ether here in Ice Palace. Anybody remember what the TR entrance medallion was? Because I don't.
Oh, Tracker! No idea.
I've seen it multiple times. I have no idea what it is.
Yup. Was not paying that,
According to armlx's tracker, it's Ether. Thank you, that works. So that is one less thing to worry. We're guaranteed. Wherever the back of desert is, we are capable of getting there. It's just a matter of how long it takes them to find it.
It's very true.
Okay. We are guaranteed an item go. Between our 2 runners, we have everything we could need to access every entrance in the game that could possibly have desert in it.
Yup.
That is not a problem. Our no mode is seeing the back of desert. Where is Derthys going? Heading back up the mountain is where I'm just... beating Mire.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, this does on it. With that Caden, you might as well go do that.
Yup.
Ice Palace, aside from that Ether, has been a snooze, I think.
Yup.
Admittedly, there's not a ton left to find, so there's that to work too.
Yep. And Arm does have Ether. He did find one.
Pyramid Fairy... No. Pyramid Fairy cannot be our entrance for Desert because Desert's red crystal. It is confirmed dead at this point. We don't care what it is. Derthys picking up a GT small there off Spec Rock should have been his third, so we don't care. Mimic Cave here was half magic, that'll be nice for Derthys. And Cold Stare is our third TR small, logically required for that pet. Great. We knew they had to be somewhere, so it works. It is a bad luck, gotta say to that. This should be it. Yeah, that's Meyer for Derthys.
Yep. Gonna be Catfish.
This is a new check, we just know it's not going to be anything hard required. Oh, apparently Quake is also a nice palace. Okay. Fish is useless. Oh wait, is chat saying that it was Quake and not Hipper because I might be having a great run today. We know left side desert or left side fighter was useless for armlx. Derthys gonna skip cutscene chest, hoping to get a time advantage, which or potentially we're never the same switch.
Yep. Makes sense. Alright, we got
Graveyard Ledge is a new entrance for armlx.
Yep.
And nope.
At this point, I'm surprised Arm isn't going and beating Skull, beating TR.
Just because he knows he needs to do them, yeah?
Yeah, because he knows he needs to do them, and...
You don't want to backtrack to the desert entrance if you find it somewhere before you go back to those dungeons?
Correct.
Elithar in chat having the same thought. Yeah, I would do the same, honestly, now that you mention it. He's gonna... yeah,
Interesting connector. This is probably going to be TR left-right. I don't think we've seen that yet.
No.
Nope.
Apparently.
Apparently not.
That's not helpful. But we have not seen TR left. We haven't seen... Yeah, we haven't seen the TR bridge at all. Knowledge. There's got to be a connector there somewhere, but at some point we just don't know where it is. I mean, we've got a number of Moonpearl locked entrances are scattered around. That mushroom ended up being junk, as it turns out, because that's $20.
Yup.
Okay, here's trying to explore for armlx. That's good for him.
And that's going to get him the front of TR afterwards.
Yeah, I would probably use that opportunity to check the TR entrance.
Well, he still doesn't know about the Thieves Town dig. So...
Yeah, that's also true. He's still doing checks because he doesn't know his Thieves... We know where the Thieves dig, he doesn't. Alright, more simultaneous boss fights. Silver should make pretty work with Biddy, and Buttersword is going to be fine with Trinax.
Yep.
Biddy is very small that we don't care about. And Trinax has, how the logic, I think. 10 arrows, great. We might also see armlx turn in that Brain Pendant at some point. Saha's on a lake island.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where Derthys is going.
I'm not sure. Oh, front of TR is one of your bridge.
Okay, and the others are useless. You want to check the Mimic Cave entrance, though.
Yep. That is, oh goodness, if this is back in Desert.
It's gonna be just... It
is!
It is!
Oh, that is the worst!
That is bad! That's rude! That is so bad!
Oh, I will take the commentator's curse credit for that one. Oh my goodness, that is disgusting. So we're gonna go back into Turtle Rock at some point.
We're gonna have to go backwards for TR. It is good for Derthys, but wow, that's gross. Oh my gosh. Derthys, please do not do Aga here. You don't need the small key, whatever it is. You have all the small keys you could want. I don't think you will. Please don't.
Yeah. Okay, so to answer your question, back of Desert is at Mimic Cave entrance, with Turtle Rock front being your only way onto the Mimic Cave entrance. So that is
The Desert. Yeah.
That's going to be a required double up because there's no way to get the Desert Big. Wow. Wow. That is disgusting.
That really is, and how the scene is, the first time you're seeing the first time you check the front of TR, you're not backtracking through it because Kane's kind of late. So the first time you see it is going to be after beating Shrinax, which of course is a pendant for the Desert Big Key on Cat. That's
comedy right there.
It is, what a spot. Just what a location game. Oh, that's incredible.
Oh my god. LSR, you are correct. That would have been an absolute galaxy brain play if you were to have saved your portal and then come back and get that. That you're not wrong. That is absolute galaxy.
Yeah, there's that Desert Bay for armlx, and actually is Derthys backtracking through TR on his side. I'm looking at this.
This isn't backtracking. I think this is Derthys gonna go beat Shrinax.
It does look like it, actually. Yeah, just not wanting to go for Tile Room, or GT the Compass, which I can kind of just doesn't want to go back there yet. It seems health refill and playing the Shrinax for the green pendant.
Yep.
This is his fastest way to Shrinax because he doesn't have that Moon Pearl, because that's in Swamp behind Flippers on Tile Room. Because this scene is terrible, apparently. So we are officially in no mode. Neither runner is, but we are. Hi, Sick Kid. With our red mail, sure. We have a Hera connector Telethar. Eastern entrance is what that is. What gets us up there.
Yep.
Chicken Hut here. I mean, at this point, we know where everything they need is. It's just a matter of how long it takes our runners. Heaton Meyer for armlx. That's logically probably relevant to something or another. We don't really care otherwise.
Derthys getting a convenient heart refill and not remembering that he has. Oh boy.
Gonna have to take a death to get, which is fine. Yeah, Derthys not having a TR map is actually really good for him because he's gonna beat that. Becky to Ice is not what armlx needs.
Derthys should know that it's green pendant though, because they tossed it off.
Oh yeah, actually that's a point I forgot. Doesn't have the map, but does have that. The reason why Derthys was taking damage there is that he needed to taking a death in a dungeon's restores your state back to that of Link, as big game. So yeah, because Derthys is going to go be Trimax here. There we go. And Derthys, with this, Derthys is going to know where desert is. Then that's a big thing. That still doesn't know where Ice Palace is, but that's not the worst. It's Dark Potion Shop isn't the worst place in the world. Might take a bit to get there, but it's not as terrible as this desert location is the big thing. Derthys will find this desert, which is good for him. I can't imagine him not checking Laser Bridge after this. And then we'll see where Derthys goes after that. He needs to get back to GT for Flippers and Tile Room. He needs to get back to GT for Flippers and Tile Room.
And this is armlx.
And he needs to check ahead. And yeah, go ahead.
This is armlx going into GT here with the Smith in tow. So the Smith traveling through GT. armlx is gonna be in go mode here very shortly after finding that Thieves Big in Rando. So
yeah. So armlx got the lead here for sure now because Derthys has still several things to do.
Yeah.
It's been a really good race though. This has been really interesting to see to watch. A lot of all over the place. A lot of divergence.
Yep.
Exactly, you don't have the big. Not exactly. I'm saying exactly in chat. Derthys, you don't have the big key. This is gonna lose him a little time. Feels bad.
Yeah. At this point, though, armlx is gonna be go mode very shortly.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it just feels bad.
It does. You've been playing the seed for 2 hours, you missed track of Big Key.
Speaking of big keys, there's go mode for armlx.
At 156.52, so despite how ugly the seed's been, he's gonna clear this relatively quickly here. It's a trip to Thieves, a trip to
trip to TR again. I think over here. Yeah, he needs to do a trip to Thieves, trip back to TR, and then go beat Ganon. Ganon is our there's Derthys realizing Ganon is in the well, so that's fine. Thieves Town is the library, which is also just fine because that's where he's going, and then just go back to TR.
So the question is at this point, does Derthys find the Moon Pearl before armlx finishes? And I don't know if he does.
I don't know either. Let's see, where's he going right now? He's reading Ped. So he's gonna get that desert big.
That's gonna be a real feels bad
moment. Oh, this is a feels bad. Having just forgotten that. Chad asking about about followers because there's Derthys gets his desert big. armlx will lose the Smith and he picks up the Maiden. Let's see. Trying to think about routing here for Derthys. GT is, in case anyone's wondering, is somewhere here in CAC, but that's not where he's going right now.
Yeah, it's at Bush House.
He's taking Paradox back up to the mountain. I'm trying to figure out where Derthys is going right now.
Yep, and there's the Smith disappearing.
Yep. Okay, Derthys getting the... Oh, turning a green pendant. That sounds good. And having a stare at the old man. Derthys perhaps a little confused by this seed at this point, which I wouldn't blame him for. This has been kind of gross.
Yeah.
Needs to check tile room is really the issue for those who are missing it. What Derthys needs is he needs to go to GT tile room for his flippers. Reason why he didn't do that earlier is because he completely forgot about the pre-scheme left entrance, which had his king and his light as well for conveniences. And then he will need Moon. Is he actually hardcore Moon Pearl? But in any case, Moon Pearl's in the back of Swamp, and so is Thieves Town. And so in Thieves Town Big is also in. And no, Thieves Town Big is in Random. Yeah, he needs Moon Pearl, and then he needs to find flippers, and he needs to find ice pals, which is the Dark Potion Shop entrance. Are the two things he needs.
You know, you don't technically need the pearl for this seed.
I was just thinking, do you actually need Moon Pearl for the Dark Potion Shop entrance?
Ooh, no, that is correct. You do. Yeah, you do. Oh boy, you need Moon Pearl for exactly one entrance.
And that's that one.
Wow.
Dark Potion Shop is hard for a lot. Thank you, chat. I honestly could not remember. That is kind of cruel. Armlx is gonna backtrack through TR from the laser bridge entrance. I was wondering who would take, but this works. To get back to the front. I mean, the Moon Pearl is not itself the issue. I'd have to imagine that the LTs would go checks in Swamp. It's not even left side.
There we go. Here's Derthys gonna be getting.
Derthys just needs to go do top here. Yeah. Can you bunny surf? No, I don't. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm curious of that one. How would you actually do that? Because that is something I am not aware of. How would you would what? Bunny revive surf?
Good question.
Yeah. You know, something I hadn't thought about, which is really amusing, is the fact of armlx did have enough small keys to be able to do this, because I hadn't thought about how many TR smalls you needed.
Oh yeah, I did. You do require a certain amount of small keys to backtrack through TR if you have to go to the front. And there's thank you in chat for posting a link to a guide on how to do that bunny revival. And yes, Vortex, I do actually have a Pearl Go mode for Derthys today. Sorry, I was typing in Discord for a bit, so I wasn't seeing it. Armlx on the other side just needs to go
Kill the pig.
beat Ganon. Yeah.
You know, for an all dungeon seed, Arm's done this pretty efficiently, pretty quick.
Yeah, just over 2 hours is not bad. This will be sub 210 comfortably. Did not pick up silvers. Those were in the GT Fire Snake room. Oh no, he has
Yes,
silver. I was
yeah,
gonna say,
he's
actually, no,
got
he does.
silver.
Just not much from the track because that's the first I was gonna say, wait, should have them. He should have gotten them on the way to his go mode. Yeah, silver is gold sword, half magic, red mail, 13 hearts. He's fine. This will not be an issue for him.
No, not at all.
The LTs will be united. We'll probably hit Gundam Go mode around the time he finishes. But yeah, that would it. Yeah, at that point, like for the LTs, it would just be a check hundreds until you find ice would be his go mode after that.
Oh, it's gonna be real close.
Item go mode versus finishing the seed. I think Armlux will just barely beat the LTs on that. Yeah.
Nope.
Or maybe not, just barely. No, there's a slight decent between their time. So yeah, GG's here to Armlux though, gonna take the seed with a time of 2:06:09 according to race time. GG.
Get your GGs in chat for armlx.
And Derthys has understandably decided that he is done with the seed. GG to him as well. Good race. And we should be getting our runners in for an interview here shortly. I may provide some translation as Derthys is a member of our Francophone community, and I'm provide some translations here. Hello, armlx and Derthys. GG's.
Hello, thanks. What a seed.
Yeah, that was something.
What? That was a seed.
I would like to apologize for commentator cursing where the back of the desert was.
I mean, that was something.
I know cursing myself, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Oh man, this was quite a mess. Race game left, Derthys. that was a early sticking point for you. Just forgot the entrance, or?
Yes, I often forgot. Often forget some entrance in cross key, and it's always the bad entrance I forget. So this is quite bad.
It was especially bad this seed, right? Because you had to drop down off of Hera to get your book, and then you had to go back through the same connector to get your big key to Eastern to go get your mirror, and by that point you could have already just done the entire Dark World sweep. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that mirror chain was pretty stupid.
Yeah, Derthys, it was a great play when you got the book. You immediately went right back up and got that Eastern big key. And Derthys, actually, you had the mirror before armlx did, and just you grab Kane at that point, and things could look a little different for your second big trip into GT. So it's really one entrance and cross keys can really make a difference.
Yeah.
Yes, I find my summary a few late, I think, and I forgot the rate of GTs. My routine equals key is too much chaotic, and I often forgot when I begin something. When I can't finish, I often forgot to go in again. That hurts on a seed like this.
Mm-hmm.
You aren't the only person that forgot something. You may have noticed some chests in Turtle Rock that I did not open. So I was just so jarred by that desert entrance. I was like, oh gosh. I don't think I could have realistically forgotten them like totally, because you have to go backwards, and I would just remember like I haven't been here, I have to open these. But yeah, that's
Oh, yeah, you did skip a few now that you mentioned it. I think by that point, we were in
no mode.
We were in item no
Yeah,
mode, so I don't think we were paying much attention. Yeah, I think we were.
yeah.
I believe that desert entrance was restream no mode, if memory serves.
Correct.
That sounds right, because I specifically avoided doing the full left side GT because I want to say it was like one of the GT keys was 6 pod locked and one of the
Two
pod
of them,
keys was pearl locked, and therefore the pearl could not be there. So therefore I wanted to like save the opportunity to go all the way to big chest until after I did some more stuff, something like that. Some complete nonsense.
I think when you did GT Dark Magician Room armlx, I think he only had 2 GT smalls if memory serves.
Right. It
And,
was 2 GTs, and I knew one was pearl locked.
They were both pod 6 key locked, actually. Big key chest and coma. So
yeah, and then there was one pod key. It was in Skullwoods, right? So it has to be pearl locked.
Yeah, I forgot to write that one down, so I wasn't sure, but that sounds right.
I could be misremembering which one it was.
I don't think Derthys got it at that point, so that Skullwood small makes sense for what you guys had checked at that point, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. You the seed.
Yeah.
I try to go Skullwood. Sometimes there's something interesting in, but without Moonpearl, I didn't find the right entrance. And when I died after, without this Moonpearl, it was really, really hard to navigate. In Dark World, and I wanted to try to find a dungeon in Dark World and out of logic, try to find something interesting out of logic, but not on this seed.
Yeah.
It was everything is like forced in logic. Hammer, glove, fire rod, everything is just forced. Gosh, the glove and fire rod were up there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All bad.
There was a lot of stupid this seed. It was a really close race for a long time too. Like between you not doing Rando Room armlx, Derthys not doing Race Game, but you guys both had other things to do because you kind of just had to go everywhere and do everything, especially because you guys were missing 2 dungeon entrances so late. It ended up being a really interesting race to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can end up at the same exact point of, I guess I am last locationing this Moon Pearl on Hobo or in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, anything else to say about that, or are we I think we might be both just done with that one.
Yeah, definitely. It was Derthys got his item go mode as Moon Pearl with the rest of the checks and how everything ended up shaking out. So we did have a actual item go mode Moon Pearl on his side, but other than that, yeah, that's about all I've got on this one.
Same here. Any last thoughts, Derthys?
Thanks for restreaming. It's really appreciated, even if the seed was quite hard for me. I hope the show wasn't too bad for you.
It was a good race to watch.
Great show.
Yeah, GG.
Okay, so perfect. GG again, armlx.
Yeah, GG's and good night, I guess, for you at this point.
Yes, I will sleep now.
Yeah. And good luck to your teams next week as well.
Thanks.
All right. that does bring us to the division status page here. Do you want to go over that, Geek Pride, or should I?
Yep, we've got that puts Crystal Roller Crew at 9-2. Pretty firm lead in the division.
10-2. It's out of date.
10-2.
10-2.
Real, yeah.
Which I think just about clinches it for you guys at this point.
Yep.
I believe that it confirms at least a wild card spot. There was some math by Drosy about how there's no way for more than 12 teams to have four or less losses, something like that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So so you guys are pretty good. The next week, of course, is going to confirm seeding and all that things, I think.
Yeah, and if you want some more rando action over on Speed Gaming 3, we've got JKLOL versus your mom's favorite rando team. If you want some more rando action, we've got the Invitational League going over there.
Yep. And good luck to you next week. And GG's to you as well, Derthys, I do. And we'll see how your team does next week also. But that'll be it. Please do give both of our runners here a follow, Derthys and armlx, as well as my co-com Deep Fried and our two trackers, Narwhal and Zaffikel. And our thank you to Mr. Angry Pants for doing the restream. And that will be it here for us. Thank you for all watching.